Now, look, when it comes to Liverpool, I want to speak on them this afternoon because this Liverpool team has got its flaws, but they frustrate the living daylights out of me. In fact, this Liverpool team make me sick. And I say that from a perspective of jealousy. I say that from a position of dislike for the football club that is my biggest rival as a Man United fan. They gave up opportunities today where Burnley could have took the lead. Burnley could have equalized. Burnley could have gone ahead 3-2. But they find a way. They find a way. And it's that ability to continue to find a way, as it were. It's that ability, it's that quality, which about 4 or 5 weeks ago now made me look at the situation and just say, I know there's a lot of rivals. I know there's a lot of people that sort of write Liverpool off at every juncture, but you just can't. You can't write them off. You can't say that they're not in this title race. You can't say that they won't win the league. Yes, you can come out with the really boring bit of analysis at the moment. Oh, but City are the favourites. We know City are the favourites. Every single one of us watching knows that Man City are the favourites, but it doesn't mean Liverpool are not in the race. It doesn't mean they don't have a chance. And they again today, when they were not at their best, won like champions. And I think you can go through 1 game, 2 games, 3 games where you're sort of winning and you don't necessarily deserve it until you can't call it luck. It's just how this team is. They will outscore nearly every single team they come up against, especially at Anfield. And there was a little bit of pressure on this game. There was a little bit of pressure because City had just won. City had put themselves top of the league. And there is no room for failure or mistakes now. Between now and the end of the season, every single drop point, every single conceded goal, every single mistake on the pitch is going to be rightfully analysed because it could cost you. That's how tight this season is going to be. And because there's 5 teams that are all in this race, with the favourites being City and 5th favourite being Aston Villa, in my humble opinion, even if you make a few too many mistakes in the title race, it could see you miss out on a Champions League spot. That's how tight this. You can have a brilliant season where you finish 7 or 8 points off the top of the league, which, by the way, has been second place in a lot of seasons, but you could come 5th and not get a Champions League position. That's how amazing this campaign is. And when I look at this Liverpool team, they are in it until the end. Jota, absolute bagsman. He's a finisher. He's a sniper. Yes, a mistake from Trafford, clattering into his own player, but Jota had to anticipate maybe someone misses it. It's going to come to me. And that's what brilliant strikers do. If Jota was replaced by a midfielder or by a defender, they wouldn't have headed the ball. Their instincts would have gone to head it, seen the goalkeeper coming and maybe half stopped. And then you'd have seen them try and react too late. But he just goes, I'm going to go through my motions, go through my technique. And if I make contact, it goes in. And he did that. Brilliant from him. I thought the second goal, yes, there's a little bit of controversy surrounding it. Was there a foul on Ramsey in the build-up? The answer is yes. But this is where, Ramsey and Burnley did get punished for not diving. They did. Let's call it as it is. Let's be honest and let's be open. If he'd have grabbed his leg and rolled around on the floor, it may have got a foul in real time. It would have definitely been overturned by VAR. But he didn't, and he carried on. Therefore, proving that contact doesn't make it a foul. Because it didn't hurt him. He didn't even afterwards try and pretend like it hurt him. So therefore, not all bits of contacts are fouls. I think we've established that in that moment today, which proper football fans that have been watching it for a long time understand. We only really say all contacts are fouls when we're defending one of our players for diving. But you could argue today players have got to dive. You could throw this the other way and say players have now got to dive as you don't get what you deserve. And the third goal, look, Darwin Núñez will miss much harder chances, easier chances than that this season. That was a sublime header. The ball's kind of behind him. The way he had to arc his neck and twist his head to put it into the back of the net, kill the game off as well, by the way, was nothing short of spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular whatsoever. 3 well-deserved goals. A deadly, deadly team that appear for me, I haven't actually checked the stats on this, but they appear to score every single week. They are going to be pushing Manchester City right until the end. There is no doubt about it. in my mind. City, look, 6 wins on the bounce. They've got that game in hand. They can go a point clear of Liverpool if they were to win that. But there's still got to be a game between the two of them at Anfield. And Liverpool, I know they lost to Arsenal. When I say that Liverpool don't look like dropping points, I'm excluding away games against other teams in the title race. But they've been away to Tottenham. I'm not sure if they've got to go away to Villa. I've got to check that. But they've been away to the Etihad. They've been away to Arsenal. Now, the only route for me, the one interesting one is what Man United effect is on Liverpool coming to Old Trafford. They should beat us. They're a better team than us right now. But we know that the biggest derby in the world, Man United versus Liverpool, can be an equaler. But they don't look like dropping points against anybody outside that top echelon title race bracket right now. They just don't. Even though they can see chances, you just know they're going to up the tempo, go down the other end and score. It's as simple and as straightforward as that to me. A relentless, dangerous, potent team who intimidate every single opponent that they have. And for me, from the outside sort of watching in, it's annoying. I'm not going to lie. They annoy me. I'm jealous. They frustrate me. They make me, as I've already stated, they make me a little bit sick, if I'm being honest with you, because they're that goddamn good. They really, really are. And it annoys me to say it, but as you've seen me do with Arsenal, as you've seen me do with Man City many, many times, I've got to praise quality when I see it. I can't sit here and pretend that it isn't as good as we all see it to be. A shout out was way to Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm not too sure why we'd brought off at half time because I didn't have the commentary up by the time I turned the second half back on. But the most amount of assists in Premier League history for a defender at the age of 25, by the way, 25 years of age. The record he is going to set will probably never be equaled again, not in our lifetime, by a defender. If he's 25 and already done it, no one else anywhere near him. Yeah, and he's going to go on for another 7-8 years, and he's going to continue to create opportunities and chances. An absolute quality performance from him. There's actually a comment here from Vibe that says Trent needs to fix up, otherwise he'll be the new Dele Alli. How is Jones better at right back than him? Got done by every winger he faces. But this is the thing, and I know Liverpool fans hate it when I say this, and this is never meant as a dig, but he's not a great defensive player. He just isn't. He has some really good games. He has some really good run of form, but it's not what he is. It just isn't. I think as he's now getting into his mid-20s, which, by the way, is normally when players come into their pomp, this is when I think there needs to be a development of his role where he's played further forward with less defensive responsibilities. You just want him playmaking. You just want him on that ball, feeding it into the box. That is what is absolutely dynamite at. You don't want... I look at it this way. If I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't want Trent in the defensive position. I wouldn't want Trent anywhere near defensive responsibilities. Why would you? Why would you ever want that? It genuinely makes zero sense to me for anybody to ever want that in any capacity. It really doesn't make any sense. But look, as I say, this Liverpool team is absolutely tip-top class. They're in this title race. Another painful day for us rivals. And it's what it is. It's another painful day for us rivals to watch you play. And Liverpool fans will probably, rip certain elements apart, nitpick. That's cool. That's great. It's your team. You're allowed to do it. Me as a rival watching, I'm just not nitpicking Liverpool anymore. I'm not nitpicking Liverpool anymore. Yes, they were comprehensively beaten by Arsenal, but that happens. That happens when you're playing other top teams. But when they come up against anybody else, they look formidable. Formidable. And they're in this title race until the end. Liverpool are still favourites for M3. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means, brother. Media, Trent brought off as an injury precaution. Okay, that's what it was. It was for injuries. Oh, listen, maybe that's kind of what he means by the Dele Alli situation. He had a lot of injuries, but yeah.